Hey, third graders. Remember the other day when I was reading my sloppy copy to you, and I said you're going to want to think about someone's opposing opinion, right? When you are giving your reasons for whatever your opinion is, you want to be thinking about how somebody else could respond to you, how they could debate what you have to say. And that's called an opposing opinion. So you might be writing about wanting a pet. Well, think about what your parents might say to you or why what their reason might be to say no. Okay, and you want to kind of include that in your paragraph, like that you've already thought about what they might say, and you've come up with a great idea to counteract that. So let me show you a couple examples. First of all, that opposing opinion, what is that? It says who would disagree with your opinion and why. And that's kind of how you can argue, right, that they're wrong and you're right in your thinking or in your opinion. So here's kind of an example. Here's someone's opinion about lunches. Okay, they think that our cafeteria needs to serve Chipotle for lunch. So wouldn't that be tasty? Okay, so maybe that's your opinion, right? We need to have this option as a lunch choice. And you want to be thinking about, well, who's going to think differently? Who's going to argue against that idea? Okay, so someone might say, well, it's fast food and that's not healthy for kids. So some people argue that Chipotle is just fast food and not healthy. However, so here's where this person is thinking, how they're going to respond to that. Chipotle uses fresh ingredients to make their food healthier than other fast food restaurants. So that's a reason, right, that they can say, well, I understand you're saying this, but actually, you're not right. You're not correct. And this is why. Here's another one. Our family desperately needs a vacation to the beach. Okay, we are lucky that we live by the beach and we can go anytime, but a lot of families have to travel and take a family vacation or a trip, right, to go to the beach. So here's an opinion that would be different, the opposite. Well, vacations are too expensive, right? So if you think you're trying to talk your parents into going on a vacation or getting a pet or doing something that's maybe expensive, right? They're going to say, well, that's expensive. Well, then you can come back and say, I can hear you saying a vacation is too expensive. Well, it doesn't have to be. We can bring our own food so that we don't have to eat out. Plus, playing at the beach is free. So this student has thought about ways to make this incorrect, ways to debate that vacations are too expensive. So you want to be thinking in your paragraphs about the opposing opinion, okay? If you're trying to talk your parents into getting something for you or going somewhere, you want to come up with reasons why you should be able to have that. And you got to be thinking about what they're going to say. So if you want a new pet, they might say, well, that's a lot of work, right? A lot of responsibility. And you could say something like, well, it is a lot of responsibility, and I'm prepared to clean out the cage once a week or take the dog for a walk every day, right? Or even maybe use some of your own money towards purchasing a pet or a video game or something that you want, right? You have to be thinking about how are they going to come back and say something to me that's not in my favor, and how am I going to respond to them? So you want to already be thinking, right, like the other person, and adding that into your paragraphs.